EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Set to go, young Wade Crew ready to do the honors. And we are underway from Indianapolis. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now ETN. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Wilson. This one caught by Isabella. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Wilson. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Colts
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Wilson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
First carry for Najee Harris. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. Diving is Hilton. He's got it.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. This defense for the Colts, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver? Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Throwing, Jones. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off, because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Najee Harris, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
This is caught. It's Woods. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run on 1st down. Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Jones flush to his right. This is Smith with a grab. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to. So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up 1st and goal.
Harris. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Najee Harris with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14. Colts, nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll get this off to Etienne. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
That's another Colts first down. 1st and 10.
Wilson. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's Wilson to throw. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Etienne. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Once more Etienne. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Touchdown, Colts! And he is Isabella. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A reminder once once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now Jones. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And that one goes out of bounds, and let's see here. They're going to walk this back to the 40-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
This is to Pitts on the quick slant.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Andy Isabella with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete there to Smith.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
At the 42-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And this one complete to Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On first down, Harris. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Jones. He's got Smith here. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Jones now on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Here's Jones. A final shot before break. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Divine Diablo.
He's at the 50. 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Harris. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And the Titans first down.
Looking to throw. Jones. That is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. This out quickly to Williams.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And on an RPO, everything happens so fast, and as a defender, you can't get stuck trying to figure out what's going on. That time he had it figured out in a flash, and he was able to make a beeline to the receiver and make the play.
Now a give right side. It's Harris. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Najee Harris
with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
Wilson's pass.
Pick 6, man. Let's get this.
He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Again, it's Harris, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Najee Harris,
his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Titans on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
He was taken down by DeForest Buckner. It's a gain of 2.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson.
That's caught left side. The tight end Pitts.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Check 26, check 26.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
44, Mike, 44. I can't believe they let you play.
Play action. Now Wilson.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Check, check. You know why? Hey, you don't want to see me.
Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Ray certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here.
A 32-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. Flushed out right. This is caught by Hilton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On 1st down, Harris. And some room to work. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
128 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Back to throw. Jones escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Colts 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. The Colts on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
He'll drop this one off with ETN.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Travis Etienne.
His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The fullback comes through with a big play there. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Harris. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now here's another carry for Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Flush to his right.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick here is good.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Forced out to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing on second and long. Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by David Long. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. On first down, it's Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
Back to throw. Jones. He's airing it out for Williams. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down. Jones on third down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. Wilson's throw into the hands of Pitts here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
14 yards. That's good for a Colts.
Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Throwing now is Wilson. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 34-yard line.
28 yards. And the Colts first down.
Now Wilson. That ball complete to Isabella. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Wilson. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Titans 38, Colts 30.
So 15 ticks remaining as they line up for the onside kick. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when he scores.
Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
There you go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Tennessee, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.